Stegeman Coliseum, the home of the NCAA defending gymnastic champion Georgia Gym Dogs. Tonight they close out the SEC regular season, looking to finish the slate once again undefeated and remain perfect against the Arkansas Gymbacks. SEC Gymnastics starts now. We welcome you to Athens, Georgia, the home of the Georgia Gym Dogs, who are looking to close out their conference schedule a perfect 5-0. They've won their last 7 meets in a row, and tonight they take on the Arkansas Gymbacks. Bernie got there with you here inside Stegeman Coliseum. Georgia looking for their 3rd straight year that they finished their season for Suzanne Yocklin, undefeated in SEC play. Meanwhile, Renee Cook, the Arkansas head coach, looking for a signature win tonight against Georgia. Let's check in with Lori Strong-Ballard for more.
The SEC Gymnastics Championships are only a few weeks away, so this is a crucial time of the year for both Georgia and Arkansas in terms of continuing to peak and solidifying their strongest lineups and routines. And all systems are go for Georgia, who are the 3-time defending national champions and return just as much talent this year. They're ranked #1 in the country and the best on both bars and floor. And the great news for Georgia is they return some key athletes to their lineups. Katie Heenan will add floor to her repertoire, where she's been sidelined most of the season because of 2 herniated discs. And the 2004 Olympian, Courtney will compete on bars for the first time in her collegiate career and the first time since those Olympic Games. And the defending national all-around champion, Courtney Kupets, is back in the all-around lineup after a few injuries have slowed her down over the last couple weeks. So things look extremely bright for the Georgia Gym Dogs, but with the postseason only a few weeks away, head coach Suzanne Yocklin says there's still work to be done.
It's amazing how fast we've flown through this season, and we just have this crazy puzzle going on, and it's just not fitting. You know, it's like we get some of it put together and then it breaks apart, and it's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride with the individual girls on the team. You know, it's like Tiffany's having trouble and then she gets it together, and then Courtney's having trouble, and Katie's not in the all-around, and Katie's back in the all-around, and McComb, she's been really our main steady Eddie the entire season. But you know, it's just a little bit of a mishmash in terms of coming together, in terms of peaking, which, you know, that's fine because we don't need to peak until April.
The SEC is considered by many the premier conference in the nation, so even a #1 team cannot take a single meet for granted. At last year's dual meet between Georgia and Arkansas, only 0-5 separated these two teams, so Arkansas is very optimistic about their chances tonight, and they have a great opportunity not only to test their team against the #1 team in the nation, but to get some experience here at Stegeman Coliseum, where later next month the national championships will be held.
It's definitely been talked about this week. You know, remember, this is where nationals is, and furthermore, you know, we're coming to Atlanta for SEC, so you know that we can be here 3 times basically. You know, we want to have Georgia fans behind us at nationals if we're not in their session, you know, so we want to make impression on the fans so they can, you know, have another team to maybe root for when we're not head to head. So, you know, we've kind of talked about those things. You know, it's exciting time. It's obviously a great venue to be in, and you know, if we do our job, we should hopefully be back here in April.
This is the final SEC matchup for both Georgia and Arkansas, and a great opportunity to make those final preparations before the postseason. It should be a great one, Bernie.
Georgia coming off posting their highest score of the season, a 197.675 against Kentucky. They'll try to better that tonight as they take on the Arkansas Gymbacks. It's Georgia-Arkansas tonight. Earlier tonight, the 3-time defending national champion Georgia Gym Dogs being led onto the floor here at Stegeman Coliseum. They will take on 11th ranked Arkansas and the Gymbacks, who were very good against them at home a season ago. But as we lead things for the bar, Lori, they are going to need a big effort here.
Absolutely. Arkansas's highest score of the year on this event was a 49, and that's about an average of a 9.8. They will need scores above 49 on every event to compete with Georgia. And both Emily Peacock and Allison Daniels are known for their great bar work.
And their co-head coaches Renee and Mark Cook very close to the goal they set forth for the 2008 season.
We've set a goal of being in the top 10. You know, that's our team goal. And we've been doing that you know, most of the season, you know, and so I think if we do what we're capable of, that's a reality for us, you know, but of course you have to do it under pressure every week and get the job done, especially in postseason. But I feel like we have the ability, we have the mindset, and I certainly know we've been working hard enough. So it's exciting to see it all come together.
The SEC is an amazing conference. I love being a part of the SEC. I mean, every week we get to go up against the best teams in the nation, and to have so many teams ranked so highly overall is an amazing, and it's great experience to compete against all those teams.
As an athlete, they have the opportunity to compete against the best in the nation week after week, and that only makes them stronger.
Emily Peacock will lead things off for them on bars. The senior from San Antonio, she tied for the bars title in the second meet of the year against LSU.
She currently holds Arkansas's record on this event of a 9.95, which she scored as a freshman. Big combination here. Line change, Healy into her Jaeger, well done. Back salto down to the low bar. The gymnast must have a minimum of 2 bar changes. Athletes here are working on getting those handstands in the vertical position to avoid a deduction, and the dismount double layout nails the landing. Of course, that's always a great thing.
A beautiful routine for the senior.
Excellent start for Arkansas. Emily is very well prepared on this event, and it shows in her aggressive style in that first combination of the Healy into the Jaeger.
Just off her career best, a 9.875. And let's take a look now at the Georgia vault lineup.
Georgia's currently ranked 3rd in the nation, but even so, this is the event they have struggled on in terms of depth, so that puts the pressure on the second half of the lineup. Katie is usually very clean, and Courtney Kupets is the defending national champion.
Here's their freshman, Cassidy McComb.
He's coming to Georgia. Cassidy has upgraded her difficulty on this event. She does one of the toughest vaults that you can compete at the college level. Yurchenko, 1.5 twists and nails the landing. Absolutely outstanding.
She's coming off her first all-around title of her career against Kentucky.
Yeah, as a freshman, she's doing a fantastic job. Now, with the 1.5, you cannot hold back. You must be aggressive, and her technique is good, and that is how she gets such a strong landing.
Wow, 9.925 the score for Cassidy McComb. And back to the bars we go, and Casey Jo Magee, the sophomore from Eugene, Oregon.
And Georgia just turned up the heat with that last vault, so now it's up to Arkansas to respond with this routine. A little short on that first handstand.
Well, Magee has scored a 9.9 once this season. It was against Kentucky.
Beautiful job and a giant full into a pike to delta. To 1.5 to straddle back. Again, just slightly short of that handstand. But the skills in the routine have been strong. Nice dismount, full in back out, tiny hop on the landing. Now, this is a release skill called a delta, so you're going to do a half turn release into a front pike. She adds extra difficulty by doing it in the pike position.
And a score of a 9.825, so a good start for Arkansas. We'll get our look at Georgia's best gymnast when we come back.
The school schedule has really been a huge adjustment for Courtney this year, and she's such a perfectionist and such a great student, you know, close to a 4.0. She's not willing to, I'm like, just get a B, Courtney, and, you know, be you in the gym, but she can't do that.
And add to it the fact that Courtney suffered a concussion a few weeks ago and has been competing only on a few events recently. And this week her Achilles has been tender. She loves to compete and is slated on 4 events tonight. Doing Yurchenko half on front pike, nails the landing. Outstanding job. She does such a good job of really popping this vault up off of that vaulting table. Beautiful height and distance. Now, of course, she is the defending national champion on this event, and it shows right here, especially with that stuck landing. But, you know, her sister has one up on her. She has scored a perfect 10. Ashley Kupets scored a perfect 10 on this event last year.
Very close, though. A 9.975 for the 2-time NCAA all-around champion.
And, of course, being the perfectionist that she is, I'm sure that perfect 10 is one of her goals.
Back to the bars, and Allison Daniels up next. She's coming off her best bars performance of the season. She set a career high against Auburn, a 9.85 last week.
First combination of elements here of line change into a Jaeger. The routine must have a minimum of 2 release elements in order to not receive a deduction. for not being up to the level of competition, and at least one of those release elements must be a D level, which that Jaeger was. And the dismount, double layout, well done on the landing.
And a nice finish for Arkansas as Daniels was the anchor on the routine.
Not a huge amount of difficulty in this routine, but enough to give her the 10-0 start value. This is a good choice of a dismount. The double layout has no twisting in it. It's high in difficulty and allows you to get a good look at the floor before the landing.
And a score of a 9.875, and Arkansas gets the 49 you asked for.
This is a new season high for Arkansas. Allison Daniels really came through as the anchor with a career best performance.
Up next, Katie Heenan. She's bounced back from injuries, and this is the first time she's competed in the all-around this season.
I have 2 herniated discs in my back, and so we've been very cautious and just tentative of getting back into the lineup in the all-around, but taking the right measures, and so far it's been great. We've been doing all the right things, right therapy, you know, right cardio, exercises, everything, to be in the best shape I possibly can to stay healthy. And so tonight, doing all-around, I'm so excited. It's a good feeling just to get back into that groove of things. And so hopefully we can keep doing the right things and continue with all around.
They are right on track with Katie. They need her at her best and healthy in the postseason. And here on vault, Katie is in a good position for a big score. Her teammates have set her up with very high marks so far, 9.975 from Courtney Kupets earlier. She does the Yurchenko layout full. Look at the distance she gets on that vault. It's absolutely powerful and an amazingly clean landing.
Gorgeous.
Fantastic start. Now with the full twist versus the 1.5, where she almost have to stall your rotation, she does a great job of blocking her chest up, but keeping her feet behind her slightly. That gives her the height, the distance, and a good landing.
And the score? A perfect 10.
This is what every gymnast dreams of, that perfect 10. It is the ultimate score, and that is why they put in hours and hours into the gym.
And it catapults Georgia to a huge score, 49.575.
And a new season high for Georgia, a 9.975 from the national champ, and a perfect 10 from Katie. What more could you ask for?
The first perfect 10 posted by Georgia since Ashley Kupets had a 10 on the vault a season ago against Michigan. It's brought Georgia to the lead over Arkansas.